We women, we are expected to be married Vhashavhi. We are not expected to be married outside. But the men Vhashavhi, they're expected to marry any other culture. It can be Tsonga, Sotho, Zulu, whatever.
Yes.
But us, we are tied that we must be married by Vhashavhi, yes, or Vha Lemba.
So I start with icebreakers, right?
Yes, and that makes life much easier.
Yes, thanks for agreeing. Okay, N1 or Route 101?
N1.
So Nalizaka, you're not worried about toll gates?
No, I'm not worried about that.
All right, sharp. The Torah or the Bible?
Bible.
Nandi Magudumani or Tabo Besta?
Nandi.
Skim Sam or Mubango?
Eish. Mubango.
Okay. Chakuma, Chamadivandila or Black Leopards?
Chakuma.
Jewel Tenje or Sydney Mufumadi?
Sydney Mufumadi.
High waist jeans or low cut?
High waist jeans.
Mascara or lip gloss?
That's a tough one. Mascara.
Mascara.
Yeah.
Sharp. One of the two, eh?
Yes.
Are you easy to reveal your shoe size or to tell your age?
Your shoe size.
It's better. So what size are you?
Size 5 and 6, depending on the design of the shoe.
You are 5 and 6.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, it's fine. Now we can start. But before I start, I just want to check something. Do you know what's a VIP?
I know what is a VIP.
It's a trick question.
Yeah.
You know what's a VIP?
Yes.
I'm not.
It's a very important person.
It's vendors in Pretoria. They are called VIPs.
Okay.
Okay. Give me your name, say name, and where you from.
Okay. My name is Loveness Gudani. Mpashomari, but married into Masindi's family. From Ancestral, but at Venda I'm from Zingai.
Okay.
Yes, and my mom is from Romondo, but currently has a house in Itani.
Wait, Molomondo or Lomondo?
Romondo.
Oh, okay,
yes.
sharp. All right.
And I'm married in Shayandima.
Shayandima.
Yes.
There's a lot of coordinate, GPS coding.
And I can go in all those places at once.
I understand. So let's start.
Okay, no problem.
Are you Venda?
Yes.
Venda?
Full Venda, both parents.
Okay. Are you Lemba?
Yes, the Lemba.
So the two can exist in one.
Yes.
You can be Venda and be
Lemba.
Lemba.
But not Lemba. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. I'm Venda because I speak the language Venda, but I come from a clan which is called Vha Lemba.
The reason I'm asking you is
yes.
it's a contested terrain.
Okay.
There are people who say you are either Lemba
or Venda.
So I just want to check.
Okay, I'm Lemba.
You are Lemba?
Yes.
But Venda?
Venda, yes.
Hey, oh, it's fine. Let's talk. Okay, so let me start with the stereotypes. I've got a stereotype that I want to throw at you,
okay.
But I want you to tell me any stereotype about Vha Lemba or VhaVenda.
No problem.
Here you go. You can tell me any stereotype that you know that you want to demystify.
Okay, stereotype when it comes to Vha Lemba is that you are only allowed to marry someone from Vhashavhi. Vha Lemba, like the Vhashavhi na NgwaHadji. NgwaHadji, it's us women. Vhashavhi, it's men. So the stereotypical of it is that Vha Lemba, us Vha Lemba, we are only allowed to marry each other. Like I can marry my cousin.
Yes.
Yeah, it's normal. And but they don't dispute us from marrying other VhaVenda or other cultures. Just that's how stereotypical they are.
All right.
Yes.
Sure. So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's bad.
Okay, it's fine. Well, number one, you say it's bad. And number two, it's a stereotype that you want to correct?
Yes.
Or it's something that you are just telling me?
No, it's something that I want to correct because I'm not married by a Vhashavhi. I'm married by a Venda guy.
You are married by a Venda guy and you are Venda. Then what makes you Lemba?
because of my clan, my culture, where I come from, my origin. My father is born from Vha Lemba.
Yes.
Both mother and father, they are Vha Lemba.
Yeah.
Then he married my mom. My mom is Venda. Is not Vha Lemba. But then because he's married into the culture,
yes,
then it makes us Vha Lemba. NgwaHadji and Vhashavhi. My brothers in the Vhashavhi. I'm the only girl, so in the NgwaHadji, the NgwaHadji,
yes,
and my brothers in the Vhashavhi.
Thank you very much for putting that out. So I want my audience to understand that. So in this podcast, we talk about identities,
yes,
religion, and traditions.
yes.
Please correct me. So, as we currently speak, the VhaVenda Royal House is contesting in court,
Okay.
for
Yes.
for the recognition
Yeah.
of the rightful heir to the throne, right?
Yes.
It's in the lines of who is the rightful person, because you can't be a king if you are
That's
female,
true.
right?
That's
So
true.
those,
That's definitely true.
that is cultural, right?
Yes.
And traditions.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's enshrined in our constitution that we must observe them.
Yeah.
But for now, I don't want us to discuss
Dwell in
that.
that, yeah.
We'll find time to discuss it.
Okay.
But it marries with what I wanted to say, because the stereotype that I wanted to tell you about is people say Venda people. And it's funny because the only province you come from is Limpopo.
Yes.
You can't say Venda people from
Joburg
from Mpumalanga,
Yeah.
or Venda people from Northern
Devon,
Cape. Yeah,
yes.
because you're mostly coming from Limpopo.
Yes.
Of course, in Gauteng, there's a huge presence of
Yes,
VhaVenda.
yes.
So they always say, whether you find them in Limpopo or you find them in Gauteng,
Yes.
they always marry each other.
Yes, that's definitely true.
So it's a few percentage of VhaVenda who don't marry each other.
Yes.
So I just want to understand, because I want to go there,
Yes.
into the Lemba people. But
Okay.
before we do that, I want you to explain who are the Lembas. But here's the thing. You said you don't like this stereotype and you want to correct it, right?
Yes. I've already corrected it.
Okay, you're corrected.
Yeah, because
Okay,
I'm married by a Venda guy, not a Vhashavhi.
okay, but it's still
But it's still
internal.
there.
It's still
Yes,
internal.
still
All right.
there, yes.
All right, it's fine.
Yeah.
Please explain. I want to give you a chance to explain who are the Lembas, because people will be listening now and not understanding who are the Lembas.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe take us to maybe if you can, the 2,000-year-old history, how it comes from there, and the controversies and.
Okay. Vha Lemba, what I understand, I can be corrected by other Vha Lembas as well.
Yes.
I'm not saying everything that I say it's perfect, but yeah, what I know from my knowledge is that VhaVenda, they come from Zimbabwe. Ne? There is a place called Lemba village in Zimbabwe. Ne? They originate from there. Then, I agree, Zimbabwe and Venda, it's they only separated by the border, which is at Messina, but it's close by.
Yes.
So they originated from Venda, from Zimbabwe. Then they came to Venda. Ne? Others you will find them in Venda. And remember, Vha Lemba, they are Juda, Ramakuwa. That's why I'm pronouncing yellow bone. So Ramakuwa, we are from the Judaism culture.
Okay.
Yes. And what I can say about them, VhaVenda is broad. In a lady clinic moyon.
Yes.
Ne? Like there is what can I say? Oh, there are a lot.
All right. So let me do this. So the story says, whether you were one of the lost tribes or not, I think it's contested. But what happened is, so you come from the bloodline of the priests.
Yes,
ne?
that's true.
And you came down from the Middle East.
Yes.
You came down. You went into Yemen, and then you came down, and in Southern Africa you landed in Mozambique, and then you came. Yes. So tell us about the genetic test that because there are a lot of people waiting here and say, are Lembas really Jews? Can you explain it for us?
Yes, we are Jews, as we've already explained that we come from, we are Christians, right? Then, as I already explained that Rema Juda, and Majuta Lema Jewish it's more like
Yeah.
the same. So we fall under white culture.
Okay.
In simple term, I know people won't understand, but I'm Judah, my Jewish.
So what is it that the Jews do that you also do?
Okay, the Jews we don't eat we don't eat pork.
Okay.
Yes, we are not allowed to eat pork.
ZCC people don't eat pork.
Yes, I understand that CC people don't eat pork. Maybe they have their own reason why they don't do that. Us, it's like that. The Jewish Judas, we don't eat pork.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you eat things with hoofs?
Can you explain that?
Do you eat? You see, you know what's a camel? The camel has hoofs.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
feet,
about.
Yeah, the
Okay.
feet has hoofs, and then
Yeah.
it's like booty. You see, booty in has hoofs. Do you eat such
No.
animals with that?
No, but I can ask my mom to elaborate on that because I'm not too sure about
Okay,
that.
Mama, what is it that you strictly don't eat for religious reasons and cultural reasons?
As I'm married to Vha Lemba, I'm not sure quite about this. I just hear
Okay.
that they don't eat pork. And I actually did let's say the queen and Kabu and I want to search for people right to
Oh.
anything pork, I eat, no matter what. But every meat, chicken or cow meat, they don't eat into Isuling. One as I prefer or if it come, but the on. So pork, I don't know. Total, they don't eat.
All right, I understand. So what she seems to be saying is they don't eat what has an animal that has died.
Yes.
But what does it mean? She says if they did not kill it themselves, what does it mean?
Yes, meaning.
So meaning you don't buy meat from a butchery.
No,
Okay.
remember the butchery killing is two different types.
Oh, okay, sure.
I
If
get
it, so I just want to. If the animal died by itself,
Yes.
this is what she's talking about.
Yes, we don't
Okay.
eat it. But
Alright.
Yago butchering, we do eat it because remember that one is a
It was
different process.
killed. Oh, okay,
yes.
no, understand,
Yes.
understand.
That's what she's trying to say.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a gentleman. There's a gentleman who says, and this is why I want to talk to Vha Lemba,
Yes.
so they can speak for themselves.
Yes.
There's a gentleman. He's a renowned authority in this field.
Yes, yes.
I think his name is Henry Abramson. He says he does recognize Vha Lemba as part of the Jews,
Yes.
as the descendants of the Jews, the high priest.
Yes.
But then he says, you guys ate mice during your coming down into the southern Africa,
Yes.
and because you ate that, that has disqualified you from being Jews. What do you say about that? Because he's a Jew. He's a Jewish scholar himself. So
No, I
he's
disagree with the statement.
you did not eat, or if you ate, it means you are no longer. I want to understand that.
Remember demise meaning the rights, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, as my mom has already elaborated,
Yeah.
we don't eat something that has been killed, and we don't eat demise.
No. I mean, he's talking about not you,
Yes.
not the current day.
Okay.
When you were
Olden
coming down, the
days.
olden days,
Oh,
before
okay.
maybe, I don't know, before if you were in Zimbabwe or when you were in Mozambique or when you were still in Somalia or Ethiopia, because
Okay.
you came down.
Yes.
Around that time when you were migrating down,
Yes.
there was a time period where you ate
Demise
mice.
because
and-
maybe there was no food
yes,
or
and-
so forth.
Yes, for them, that in itself, it's sacrilegious, so you can't. So it disqualified you from being
Jewish. What I know is that the Judas and the Jewish, we don't eat pork. Other
Okay.
meat, we are not.
You know, strict.
Yes.
Okay.
So I only know about pork, and which is known to everyone who knows about the Vha Lemba culture.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So the bloodline of the Jewish, and I think this is quite significant. This is what makes Vha Lemba very special.
Yes.
And it assisted me in understanding why you would see other cultures intermarry and stuff. Because at first I didn't understand. I even thought of it as being maybe racial. But
Okay.
now I understand how it works.
Yes.
Actually, the Vhashavhis only marry.
Yes.
maybe let me put it this way, because it's more like
It's gonna be
empowering.
a dilemma, yes.
Yeah, it's more empowering. So the Vhashavhis
Yes.
can marry anyone.
Yes, they can.
Yes.
As I've already explained that my dad married my mom and she's Venda. She's not Lemba.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the importance.
Yes.
So here's the thing. So the bloodline, the reason the bloodline continues, so you have the Cohen gene
Yes.
that has been in existence for over 2,000
Thousands,
years.
yes.
So it was traced successfully because of those chromosomes, because it existed.
Yes.
That Cohen gene has been maintained.
Yes.
And it has been maintained as proof that no, these people are. And the reason is the successful adherence of the culture to
Yes.
say only the Lemba men.
Yes.
So you can't be, so in other words, maybe to explain to other people,
Yes.
a man cannot be, you can't, so any man has to be born into a Lemba.
Yes.
But a woman can be married into the Lemba.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
and
definitely correct.
and that strong cultural link of having the Vhashavhis being born and not coming into the Lemba,
to the
it
Lemba,
assisted in carrying that Cohen
Yes,
gene
that
for all
chromosomes,
those
all
years,
those
and
years,
yes,
yes.
And it assisted
Yes.
in identifying the gene pool.
Definitely,
So,
yes.
do you still feel, because I mean, it raises a lot of questions, some of which are good in this sense that, do you find it as being patriarchal that a Lemba man who's a Vhashavhi
Yes.
can marry any woman he wants, but
But a woman-
a female cannot marry anyone?
Yes, I do find that as the word that you
Yeah.
just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, as I already explained before, that we women we are expected to be married Vhashavhi. We are not expected to be married outside. But the men Vhashavhi, they're expected to marry any other culture. It can
Yeah.
be Tsonga, Sotho,
Yes.
Zulu, wherever.
Yes.
But us, we are tied that we
Yes.
must be married by Vhashavhi, yes, or Lemba.
Yes, that's very good, and I want you to hold it there. So that in itself, as a female, do you find it patriarchal, meaning it forces things on you as a woman, but it doesn't to a man?
Yes, I do, because I mean we are like now with this gender equity issue.
Yes.
We are the same. Why should I be punished? I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
why should I be punished to marry into my culture or to Vha Lemba, and then men are allowed? For me, I feel it's sort of like a discrimination, if I can put it that way.
I don't know if at the time they knew, but it's just you and I. For you and I,
Yes.
it shows us wisdom. Or their mama, it shows us wisdom because they knew. Okay, maybe they did not know.
Yeah.
Either it's a coincidence or what.
Yes.
But this tradition has actually assisted Vha Lemba in proving
Yeah.
their genetic links to the Jews
Yes.
of old.
Yes.
So it turned out good.
Yes.
Would you not agree, ma'am?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, I agree, because that's why, like I say, I don't see it as being patriarchal. I don't see it as being unfair to
Yes,
to female,
to men.
because I'm very sure. Well, I'm not sure. Someone will explain to me.
Okay.
Had this intermarrying
Yes.
if it was allowed to happen,
Yes.
you would have lost the genes. You would have lost the tracing,
That's
because it happens in the when people were taken to USA. I don't know which year it was.
Yes, yes.
Maybe we'll just find the information and
Yes,
display it here.
yes.
When the men were taken to USA for genetic tracing and tracking and everything, just to check if their DNA in their DNA they correspond with for that Cohen gene.
Yes, yes.
Were females taken to USA as well?
No. Remember with this thing, Vha Lemba and Vhashavhi, it's like when the person dies, ne?
Yeah.
Like for instance, my dad died, and remember now, my dad, they moved to Authen.
Yeah.
They were raised here. Their parents were then they moved here. They were born maybe Venda, then relocated to.
I want you to
Authen.
hold it there. I want you
Okay.
to hold it there,
Okay.
so we can take a break. We'll come back
no
to it.
problem.
Sure.
Thank you.
We shoot the Politically Incorrect podcast from the Digital Photography Studios. They are based in Pretoria. If you need any information, kindly contact them on the provided information. Thank you. You were telling me about...
The story of my dad Ne?
Yes.
As I said, Hori, I agree. You asked me if the women were allowed to go to America to join the Vhashavhi, the males. So, as I said, we recognize women. Like when my dad passed away, as I was explaining the story, as Rana, we stay here or at Ridgeville. My dad was supposed to be buried where his family is, but because of this thing about Lemba and this thing of this culture, at first it was agreed that he was supposed to be buried at Lotus Cemetery, but when it went, the adults, because now we are young again, so Baba Kholo, they said, no man, wa Vhashavhi or wa Lemba gets to be buried anywhere else besides on the tomb where like the graveyard, yes, specified for those Vha Lemba and Vhashavhi.
That's quite significant, and I'm happy that you raised it.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with
I think the only thing that is wrong, Mama, is for us to think we are going to do something.
Yes.
When a problem arises, it's when you elders come to us, tell us you are not supposed to do this,
yes,
because it puts us at a fight. If you remember the first season ya Mubango,
yes,
the movie,
yes,
the Mubango is actually about Mashudu's,
the royal family.
Yes,
what it's about
because
on the royal family.
Mashudu lived in
Soweto, yes,
and he died.
But
they needed to bury him.
Yes.
But they came and said, no, this is not how you bury him.
Yes.
He must be buried
at home. Yes.
I think that's important,
yes,
because the only problem is the elders, Mama. You don't tell us while we are still living in
yes,
honeymoon.
definitely.
You only come when
there's and that time you are already crushed.
Yes, you're already crushed.
And you are thinking about your kids. Like for instance, my mom, she was crushed because we stay at Ridgeville. Then they have to take her husband, our father, to Limpopo.
Yes.
And then when do we go to Limpopo? I mean, we don't have a house there. So when will we see our dad?
But like I say, there's nothing wrong besides the fact that people were not, during the happy times, they were not saying it. Yes. Or what? Because I think the late would not have fought.
Yes.
Or maybe, even if he did, but he would have understood.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, that's a good, but you said you wanted, there's an extra.
Yes, I want to refer something about Vha Lemba.
Yes.
Yeah, as Nakirame from the younger generation.
Yeah.
But
you are a VIP.
I'm a VIP, yes. So, like I said, in life, one has to ask the following question: where do I come from?
Sure.
What is my origin? What is my clan? What is my culture?
Sure.
What is my genealogy?
Okay.
And my genealogy as well, and the family praise.
Sure.
So, culture is one identity. It is one vertebrae or a pillar that one needs to know and know where they stand. And it forms and initiates and it shapes us as human beings to know where we belong. As a person, you cannot just when you don't have leads you to live your life. I mean, Bophelo is not a book. Bophelo is not a chapter that someone just writes and then like Masindi must. But we come from certain cultures that we need to follow certain norms or certain rules. So culture is not static. It's static. Remember, culture, it changes.
It's dynamic.
Yeah, it's dynamic. I am. Yeah, change. Like I said, in the olden days, we were not allowed to be married by Venda. We were supposed to be married Vhashavhi. But I'm married by a Venda man as a Vhashavhi, which makes my children not Vha Lemba. I'm the only Lemba, NgwaHadji, because my kids are Venda. Their chromosomes Venda. It's not Vhashavhi, because now I detached that from Kalinya.
So you are a rebel. You can continue, rebel.
Can I not answer that?
Yes.
It changes in accordance with place and time. But the root of the culture remains the same. Yes. Whether we like it or not, it will always be there that Vhashavhi, NgwaHadji, but it's up to us. Remember now, not saying we're kwasha culture ya Vhashavhi or but it's about the centuries. Things have changed. We are in the 20th centuries, 21st, 22nd, you can name them. So though, as I said, it's not static. I am playing one culture.
But you acknowledge the danger of having our culture a fluid, meaning that it will just change in as we like, because we just used the Vhashavhi marrying
Venda.
Venda
Women.
as an important pillar to show that
Yes.
it helped at the end of the day because they maintained what they wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which are-
Definitely
so
true.
culture, there's a way of culture and tradition just to preserve certain things.
That's true.
And I don't. There are many examples, but not for me.
Yes.
The best example of showing how important it was is the Lemba tradition.
Yes.
I mean, they are a small minority. I think in South Africa they are around maybe 70,000.
Yes.
I could be wrong. It's about 70,000
Also,
Lembas.
yes.
And come to think of it, they are dwindling. They are seriously dwindling. They are less than 1%.
Yes.
And the more we don't talk about them, is the
Yeah.
more we don't know them, and is the
Exactly.
more we don't allow other people to talk about them.
Yes.
So for us to speak about this, maybe to spark something for other people, for other Vha Lemba to come in to say, no, Mashian, you got it wrong. This is what happens because
Yes.
this is why we allow such
certain
yes,
things to change
Yeah.
and with time and place, as I
Yeah.
already mentioned.
Alright.
If you can allow me to continue, I won't
Yes,
be long.
sure.
I will be short and brief.
No
ne?
problem.
And then it talks about the unity of Vha Lemba. Ne?
Yes.
Vha Lemba may practice different religions, be it Judaism, Christianity, Islam, speak different languages, or join different organizations, such as political, social, as well as economical, but are infined by their culture. Did you
Okay.
hear that?
Yeah, repeat the part that
Okay.
you are allowed to join.
With other organizations,
Yes.
like it can be political, like
Yes.
it can be social. Like I socialize with other people from different, as I already said, I married a different organization. I didn't marry from my same organization. Kenyezi go ba vending, you know. So we are allowed. You see, they said it. We are allowed to join with different. We can speak different language. I'm allowed to be married by a Zulu.
But you are
man.
interpreting that one wrong.
No, remember, like now it says we like Vha Lemba, they may practice different religions.
Yes.
I get why we may practice different religions, be it Judaism. I get Christianity. I'm a Christian.
Are you quoting verbatim there?
Yes.
Okay, I think what we'll do is explain the source meaning where you got that,
Okay.
and then you will share
Yes.
it with me.
Yes.
Just screen grab it and we'll put it here
Yes,
for
definitely.
everyone to see.
Yes.
So, what
Okay.
you mean, yeah.
As you told me
But
that.
the point you want to make is
Yes.
that you are justified for not marrying a Vhashavhi.
Yes.
All right, sure.
That's how I might be wrong.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. I might not be interpreting
Yeah.
it correctly, but
Yeah.
that's how I understand it.
Yeah.
As Lu and we are allowed
Yeah.
to join different organizations.
Yeah.
Yes. So if I can continue without wasting time,
Sure.
the Vha Lembas #Sana clans. Ne? The Vha Lemba clans in accordance with the order of seniority of clans. Only the seniors of houses as follows. As there is a court case somewhere that is happening. So Renaleba Buba, which are Judah. Ne? Renale Hamisi, which are Hamesi. We have Bakali, which are Pakadi. Ne? We have Rabakali.
Did you say Bakadi?
No, not Bakadi.
Not Bakadi of Pretoria.
No, Bakali.
All right,
Yeah.
sure.
And then not the R5.
All right, sure.
And then Rabakali, Rapakadi, Seremani, Solomon, Tobakale, Tobakale, Tovakale, Mahani, Mani, Haji. As I said, I'm a NgwaHadji.
Yes.
Ne? Rahaji. Ne? You see, una lima Muslim mu, wabona rena ko. Sadiki, Bosatere. You
Yes.
know, Vhashavhi is not only VhaVenda.
Yes, I know.
Yes. And Ngambi, Zugunde, Maangi, Nemanga, Silefu, Sirufu. Can you hear? Una lima Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Yeah, ra channel rina pe. And then we've got Chinyaladzi. There is no faction fighting for leadership. I'm surprised now you're saying there's a court case, but anyway, let me not.
No, that has nothing to do with Vha Lemba.
Oh, okay.
The court case has nothing to do with Vha
Okay.
Lemba, yeah.
And then Lembas #Sina rules intents according to the clans or houses. So, Kamkonaki understanding is that really different types of Vha Lemba. It's not only Vhashavhi, so I can live Haji, Rangaji, Bakad, not Bakad. So yeah, let me not waste time. Really totem, ne? Totem ki the Lemba totem is elephant.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm a Mutloko, ne? My totem is is a wild cat.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was
That's why you're so wild.
Okay, no,
Because you said I'm a rebel. Okay, no, it's fine. Elephant is holy, remember. It's intelligent.
Okay.
Yes. It's mighty. It's peaceful. Remember, it doesn't attack us if we are not attacking it.
Yeah.
Ne? And it's a very peaceful animal. Ne? And then many Lembas keep the images and pictures of an elephant at their homes and even in the tombstone. I can testify with my father.
Toyando.
Yebo.
Okay.
Then my father's graveyard inando, Toyando.
Yes.
Yes, as you are mentioning it. Ne? And then as this in the graveyard as a symbol of their totem. Ne? And then religious and culture. This one is the very important that I want to share with everyone. The Lembas adore and worship and pray only to Yahweh. Do you know what is Yahweh?
God.
Mungwari wa denga. Are you lost?
Well, that's God, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yahweh. But
So you call it Mwandi?
Mungwari wa denga.
What is Denga?
Mwari wa
wa
denga.
denga.
I think my mom can answer that.
Yes, thanks, ma'am.
But I think it's the living spirit being monothem. They either adore ancestral spirits nor idols
Okay.
of animals. Ne?
Yes.
Trees, stones, the sun, stars, and the moon, which Yahweh made. They had their priest of Buba, ne? Clan, who, when praying, will wash their hands, wear a white cloth, komulale, ne? And then they will pray using the word Amen.
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 Okay.
Yes. And according to Exodus 20, verse 4 to 5. And then the Lembas have lost their book, the Torah. I get why it's my Muslim banally the sorry, not only the Torah, which is the law. Yes. And on their long journey, but the message of the book is written in their hearts.
Hold it there.
Yes.
You remember I asked you if you choose the Torah or the Bible, you choose the Bible.
Yes.
Okay, let's leave it there. Let's continue. But you said something important about the totem. So
Yes.
you see, Kimutokwa, ne?
Yes.
So Batrokwa wildcat people.
Yes.
Only a few. The Tokwas in Botswana, they venerate a different totem. Their totem is Tagadu,
Okay.
which is the giant anteater.
Yes.
So all the Batlokwas venerate one totem. That
Oh,
is
okay.
that is the leopard.
Oh, the leopard, yes.
Kenkwe.
Kenkwe,
So
yes.
there's a debate with other Batlok what to
Yes.
say is Nkwe a leopard or a cheetah.
Yeah.
But that's not important.
But what do you
But
say about that?
yeah, I want to ask you that.
Okay.
So the totem that the Lembas venerate,
Yes.
is it at all times at the elephant, or you've got other Lembas who say, "Hey, na kibina this animal,
A
not
different
this one,"
animal.
because the reason I'm saying it is I know Batlok was babina
Leopard.
leopard,
Yes.
so Reana.
Nkwe, yes.
But you would find other people who say, "No, I'm a Tlokwa, I venerate a different animal." So what is it? Is it? Do you know of any Lembas who venerate a different animal besides that?
I'm not sure about that. I can ask my mom to maybe illustrate on that.
Mama, it is always the elephant.
Yeah, the way my mother-in-law told me the stories of Vha Lemba.
Yeah.
I think one of them, their totem is in
Is
elephant.
the elephant? Okay, no thanks. So she does say so,
Okay.
and I think it's important so we know, because you know what, the reason our things become diluted
Yes.
is because we want to have variations of things.
Yes.
We like to remix things.
Exactly.
Like when you come, you don't want to take a Vhashavhi, but the law says you must take a Vhashavhi.
But remember, I'm not forced to take a Vhashavhi.
Well, you just came with your own Bible now. You just read it as fast.
But
already
remember,
took-
you
yeah.
said between Torah. You asked me between
The Torah.
and
Yes.
the Bible. I said Bible.
Yes.
Remember when I read first, where I talked about the thing of they don't force us to not join with different groups.
Yeah.
What did he say? But Mbakima's Christian as well. So I'm not wrong when I say
So
this is a baby.
this thing is so confusing. Okay, maybe for the benefit of our so the Torah is the first part of the First Testament, ne?
Yes.
Is it the Old or the First? Okay, the Old,
The Old
Testament,
Testament,
is
yes.
the Torah.
Yes.
But the whole Bible is that Old Testament, the New Testament
Yes,
combined makes the
together,
Bible.
yes.
The Torah is just the first part because
Yes.
essentially Jesus was a Jew.
Yes.
Jesus
That's
did not
correct.
know he was a Christian.
Yes.
He was a Jewish man and he read the Torah.
Yes.
Yes, and that's why the Jews still observe the
from,
Torah.
yes.
This is where the Sabbath and come from. So that is important for us to just to make the distinction.
Yes.
So me asking you the Torah or the Bible, I was just deliberately wanting to know where are you going to lean into.
Okay.
But besides that, I think it's time to wrap up.
Okay.
What is it that you want people to know about
Vha Lemba.
Vha Lemba?
Okay. As I've already said a lot about Vha Lemba, the other thing that I didn't mention is that Vhashavhi, the men, they are not allowed to have hair. They are always kaletwadi, ne?
What?
Yes. We are not supposed to have hair, Vha Lemba. If you can watch most men, but Julius Malema, I think
Yes.
if he's a Lemba, you see who
Okay, so let's do a challenge. How many Vha Lemba men do you know in popular culture? Meaning, either they are singers, they are dancers, they are people who are in media who are Vha Lemba. Because what then I will do is let me hold Julius Malema now so they can see Julius Malema
No problem.
with his hair and then show us other people.
accept the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which other Lemba people do we know? Yeah.
Sure, I'm not too quite sure. The
Any
celebrities.
politician that you remember?
My mom, do you know anyone? More famous.
The Sadikis, the Sateches, the
NgwaHadjis.
Tubachales.
Yes.
I know only the Sadiki was a manager of FM.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the challenge now is just for us to see.
Yes.
All right. If you know any Lemba men
Yes, you
who
must
grows hair,
look at the hair. Then there's a problem.
There's a
But
problem.
my brothers do grow hair, even if they've got mohawk. So I don't know if it's this generation, as
Yeah.
I said. Now we are.
Yeah, they're losing their tracks.
But it's not about losing the track.
Generation of nowadays. Because one of our Kali, all the strict kaka clan yabona, the traditions abona, ko scream na
Even my dad, yes.
my husband.
Yes.
So this generation of now, they're mixing. I don't know, they're getting lost or whatsoever. You see. So, but the old one, they were so strict. But
I agree with you, Mama. But let's also take the blame. I blame you for letting her to marry not a Musha.
No, don't blame me.
Yes.
You won't see him.
He's-
with the hair.
Yes.
Yo, she's so strict. But
So-
the last born son,
You know,
No,
Kuma
I'm not-
2000.
I'm not Lemba. I'm not Lemba.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do now,
Yes.
I'm going to cut my my sons. So, but the women are allowed to have
Yes,
beautiful
we
hair.
are allowed.
And that is consistent with the Bible. Actually, you know that it says women must adorn themselves,
Yes.
must be beautiful,
Yes.
and they must have hair. They must grow their hair.
That's why
That's
you
what
see
the
me,
Bible
I'm beautiful.
says. That's why you're as beautiful as you
Yes,
are.
and you see I'm a white man.
Yeah. Okay, Sharp. Anything that we need to, because
To
we're
wrap
at
up.
the end, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you've got much time. I've got a very nice thing, so I think you can just put it on your broadcast. It's a
Yeah.
very long, as you said, you want my source, ne?
Yeah,
My
I'll-
source was from my uncle, Rudzani Mposhomadi, ne?
Okay.
He's the one, sorry to say she, he's the one who gave me this information in the morning. Yeah, so if your views wants more about Vha Lemba, then you can
No, you
showcase that.
just drop me the link.
No
We'll just
problem.
put it on the
No problem.
on the description.
Yeah,
so
because there is a
everyone
lot.
can know.
It's a lot, but it's very interesting
But you
to know
agree?
about it.
I'm gonna find someone when you come back for another thing.
Yes, yes.
I'll find someone who's Lemba
Yes.
who will come and who give us more perspective
Yes,
about this,
yes.
so we could understand.
Yes.
No, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
How do you? Okay, yeah.
Ndikotere rosha. I need to rosha.
Yes, no.
Can
The
I do
sleeping,
that?
so the
Yes,
Lemba
I want to.
thing.
Yes, we sleep.
No, but do you want to do it here?
Yes, I want to do it. I don't know. You must make a plan. Just joking, but yeah.
Yes. You also do the same, the Lemba women.
yeah.
Yes, but-
we differ with the men.
Yes.
We used to do.
Baita so.
Balocha.
Bararosha. Nakamavida
Nati moto
rosha.
kwa lerna na do.
Baita so.
Balocha.
And sonu.
Sono.
Sone.
Soni. The
Soni.
women say Soni and the men say Shalom or Ish.
Oh, Ishe.
Shalom or Ishe.
Oh, Ishe, yes.
That's a rep.